Hey guys, welcome back to Phil Plays TCG. Today, I want to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the color blue in Dragon Ball Super Fusion World. What's the right word here? I love playing this color in pretty much any game. I don't know why, I just always gravitate towards it, and I did the same thing in Fusion World, and I've had a lot of fun playing the color blue in this game. Unfortunately, in the long run, blue was just, it felt like it was missing pieces to really push it to the next level and to be competitive, you know, for the most part in the greater game of Dragon Ball Fusion World. But with the release of Set 2, a lot of those problems have been solved, and I want to go over those with you. So let's hop into the video, but please, before we get into it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this this video up to 100 likes if possible. I would really appreciate that. If you like Dragon Ball Super Fusion World content, you're in the right place. So, YouTube stuff out of the way, let's talk about it. So, these three leaders, in my opinion, had the best upgrades of Set 2. We have Vegeta from the starter deck, Goku Black, and the brand new leader, we got Fused Zamasu. Now, I will 100% admit, I am at a loss of how to properly build a Fused Zamasu deck. The deck, like for the most part, its leader ability is just discard a card, tap an energy, put a card from your top of your deck onto your life, and for the most part, it's a great stall deck. It's got a 25k stat line. There is something there. I just don't know how to start building it yet. Once I get the cards in my hands, I will probably do way more extensive testing, but for now, I have focused primarily on the previous three leaders, Vegeta, Goku Black, and Trunks. And unfortunately, Trunks, for the most part, really only got maybe 1 to 2 cards that really help its build out specifically. And while I do think those cards are good, it doesn't do as well of buffing that leader as it buffed Vegeta and Goku Black. And by looking at the set, you could make the assumption that Goku Black got the most amount of support and the best support. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. While Goku Black did receive a lot of support, and I think it's support that he needed, I think Vegeta, on the other hand, is the best blue leader coming into Set 2 as of right now. Maybe there's some play lines that will make Goku Black even better. Maybe there's a way to make Fused Zamasu just like the deck to play for blue. But right now, Vegeta is looking so good, and I want to talk to you about that. So let's talk about the support Vegeta got. I guess let's talk about why Vegeta. Vegeta is, like I said, starter deck leader. His front side, basic ability. His backside, though, when attacking, draw 1. Activate main once per turn if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand. This leader gets an additional 15k power. So, if you're under that 7 card threshold, you are looking at a 35k swing, which is huge in this game. That is immediately requiring your opponent to drop at least a super combo and something else. Well, actually, I'm sorry. If it's just a 35k swing, your opponent would drop a super combo easy, or they're trashing 2 10ks from their hand, which is also good. But a lot of people would say that the 7 card threshold was a weakness. And to be fair, I do agree that the 7 card threshold weakness was very prominent in Set 1. Not so much anymore. With Set 2, it's actually kind of benefiting to be at 7 or less, or it feels safer to be at 7 or less cards in hand due to all the new cards we got. Vegeta is a great generic leader on its own. You can just throw good blue stuff .deck into it. It's really, really cool. And I think that is one of its biggest strengths. Its ability is easy to use. As long as you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, all you have to do is make sure to announce to your opponent that you are now a 35k leader, and you are going to be doing some serious damage to your opponent. Little, but great support in Set 2. And I say little, because a lot of it did primarily go to Goku Black, but Vegeta got some amazing cards that we are going to go over. And it has a great solid foundation and a base for your deck builds, which are primarily your 4-drop Gotenks, your 4 Gallic Guns, your Pilafs, your 2-drop Trunks from the starter deck. Like, there's great foundation. I think this leader is actually phenomenal. I know it was doing really well later in Set 1 against specifically Broly, but I think with the new cards it got, it's going to hold its own against most decks in the format. Sorry. All right. Let's talk about the Vegeta support. First of all, we finally have a good Bulma card in this deck. And it is Vegeta's version of Haru and Maki from the Trunks deck that we've gone over plenty of times. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose it to one of your Vegeta cards and it gets an additional 10k power for the turn. Now, it says Vegeta cards, so this can be your leader or any Vegeta battle card you have on the board. So, for one, you're essentially giving them a 10k boost, which then you, of course, can just combo with this Bulma to get an additional 10k. So your 35k leader is now a 45 and could possibly be swinging for a 55 just with this card alone. And those are huge numbers. That's bigger than the Broly swing. That's bigger than the 7-drop 7-drop Secret Rare Gohan. That's incredible. And it's a 1-drop Earthling, which means it is cyclable with Pilaf. So that's so cool, in my opinion. This card is phenomenal, and it goes great with the next card we're going to reveal, which is this rare 4-drop 30k Vegeta, which on play up to 1 Bulma with a cost of 1 from your hand. So you play this for 4, you get to play the 1-drop Bulma we just went over for free. For free. And that's not it. Activate main once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, this card and your leader get 5k power for the turn. So this card now became a 35k body for 4, and it gave your leader additional 5k. So your leader, with its ability, is now a 40k. This Vegeta is now a 35. The Bulma you just played can now give your leader up to 50, and then you can combo the Bulma with this attacker for 45. So you have 50 and a 45k swing. If I'm doing the math in my head right. Please tell me I did the math right. This card is phenomenal. Yes, the lack of combo power is rough, but this card, it swings the same level as the Double Strike Vegeta does. And oh man, you could even buff your Double Strike Vegeta with Bulma. It's so good. This card is phenomenal. It's huge swings. It buffs your leader. It's phenomenal. Great stuff. Next, we have the 3-drop 20k Gotenks, 10k combo power, which is a great thing in blue because most blue cards in this set have a 10k stat line to help with defense, because blue has so little cards in hand. This Gotenks is amazing. Activate main, return this card to its owner's hand. If your leader is Vegeta, so it's only usable in Vegeta, keep it in mind. This play up to 1 Gotenks to the cost of 4 from your hand in rest mode. So the play is, you play this for 3, swing 20. You make your opponent waste resources, so you get a life off them. You bounce this back to your hand, so it is now in your hand to combo with. You play a Gotenks from your hand in rest mode. Sure, it's in rest mode, it can't attack, but then you use Gotenks' ability to grab 2 other Goten and Trunks cards from your discard pile, which all the Goten and Trunks cards you're going to grab are 10k combo. So you essentially swung 20, played a body, got 20k more combo power out of your discard into your hand, and you bounce this Gotenks to your hand, giving you 30k combo power. This card is nutty. It's so good. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. This card is phenomenal. And this is probably one of my favorite cards in the whole set. I love Super Saiyan 3 in general. It's one of my favorite forms, if not my favorite Saiyan form. This card is a great generic blue finisher. A 4drop 30k body. Sure, it has no combo power, but it's fine. We get it. Boss monsters don't have combo power. Activate main. Once per turn, you may discard 3 cards from your hand. Discard 3 cards from your hand. There's no may in there. Discard 3 cards from your hand with the Saiyan tag and their special traits. Switch this card to active mode, and this card gets 25k power for the turn. So, you swing 30k. You drop 3 cards out of hand to restand, and then you get to swing. You get to swing 55. So, Saiyan cards, which you think right off the bat, you're like, oh no, I don't want to do that. That's wasting so many cards on my hand. No, not the case, because you have there are so many cards in your hand that can be considered dead cards that you can't play that have the Saiyan tag. Your extra cards like Gallic Gun, Final Flash, Sinister Sickle. These cards are all with the Saiyan tag, and Yeah, they're usable. You have a couple Goku Black 6-drops or your Double Strike Vegeta in there. Trash them because they don't have combo power. You have so many options to discard cards to get 2 great swings. And this could be a great finisher if you're going in for that final life. And the discard 3 helps you stay below the 7 cards in hand requirement. This card does it all. And it's so cool. I really like it. At first, I thought it was awful, but going over it again, I think this is a very solid card, and I definitely can see most blue decks running at least 2 of in your deck. At least 1, but I think 2 is a good number. Of course, we do have a couple cards that have already been shown off that are going to be fantastic in blue Vegeta, like the 1-drop Shin that allows you to search the top 5 for any cards with the Patara tag, aka your Vegetos. Going to be very, very important. Your Vegeto is going to help keep your opponent's board. It's gonna have great tempo control, being able to lower the cost of all of your opponent's battle cards by 1, so you can remove them easier. It's solid and it has a great stat line, and of course the secret rare Vegeto that just bounces a 5 cost, but with your other Vegeto's ability, a 6 cost back to their hand, and you can swing 30 twice. It's fantastic. This card is one of my favorites in the set, Absolute Lightning. It basically activate main for 3. You get to choose any one of your opponent's battle cards and bottom deck it. This is what we wanted the Vegito secret rare to do, which is hit anything. But now you have that on an extra card. It is amazing. It can remove anything, including Broly. It's so good. It gets around the on KO abilities, and it's searchable off of the Shin card we just looked at because it has the Patara tag down here. There's also another extra card that lets you look for Supreme Kai cards, which once again, this is also a Supreme Kai, so it is very searchable in blue, and I'm very excited just looking at how amazing this card is. We're not done yet. We do have a Goten card, which is a new 1-drop 5k with 10k combo power. On play, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and return it to its owner's hand. So another Goten card that is cyclable with the 4-drop Gotenks. Now, in a lot of ways, this is better than the 2-cost 15k Goten. Yeah, sure, it doesn't remove a life, but for 1, you're bouncing a 2 or less back to your opponent's hand. Combine this with the Vegeto SR, which it lowers everything by 1. This card will now hit 3 costs on your opponent's board. And it's just cyclable with Gotenks. It's such a cool little ability. I think this is definitely... I may want to run 2 of these and 2 of the 2-drop, but more testing will have to decide that. So, I think with all this, I do believe that Vegeta is going to be a possible S-tier contender, right up there with the best decks among them. A good player will know how to pilot this deck properly. It has amazing pressure with a great attacking cards. Like, first of all, your leader being as big of a swinger as it is. You have the new 4-drop Vegeta. You have the new 4-drop Goku, which we didn't even mention how the 4-drop Goku or the 4-drop Vegeta can be played for free off of Goku Black, the 6-drop Goku Black's ability. So that is even more pressure you can apply to your opponent. The cycling in this deck is ridiculous. Being able to cycle your Goten and Trunkses with Gotenks, and then you have the peel-off cycle, which can grab itself, and of course your Bulma card, which helps buff up your attacks even more with your Vegeta cards. Its removal is absolutely insane. Being able to bounce things left and right with Vegeto, Absolute Lightning. You have cards like Sinister Sickle and Final Flash as options for certain builds. It's awesome. It's fantastic. And of course, tempo control. Being able to bounce your opponent's cards on curve makes your opponent have to, basically you're putting your opponent turns behind, and that is not something they want to do. So with all this said and done, I do believe that Vegeta has a possibility of being a S-tier leader. I really do see potential in blue, and quite frankly, Vegeta could be the best blue deck going into set 2. We still have to do testing with Goku Black and Fuse Zamasu. I think blue in general just got a huge boost, but Vegeta is looking to be the prime #1 candidate of blue for set 2 so far. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to hear your opinions and what you are excited for with set 2, with blue, or whatever color you like to play. And once again, please hit that like and subscribe button as we are on our way to 2,000 subs, and I would very much appreciate any and all support, especially if you do like the content. that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this video once again, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.